Vice President-elect His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, speakers and members of the 8th Parliament of the 4th Republic on 7th January 2021 at Accra. Again, it is important that we show appreciation to the police that apart from the general security which they are coordinating in conjunction with the other security forces, including the Armed Forces of Ghana and allied security forces and services, the police are also performing other critical ceremonial roles, the bearing of the state sword, the performance by the police band, escort by the police mounted squadron, and then the police motorcade. And so we are grateful to the Ghana Police. The Ghana Police is urging the public to continue to cooperate with security arrangements for the inaugural ceremonies of the 7th of January 2021 in support of the constitutional framework of government. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister and Chair of the occasion, we will also like to remind the people of Ghana that in addition to being the statutory date for the swearing in of presidents-elect and vice presidents-elect, 7th of January is also the National Constitution Day and is therefore a public holiday. The 7th of January is Constitution Day and is also therefore a public holiday. And so it is our view that traffic around the enclave, the ceremonial enclave, the State House enclave will be decongested because normally people would have been going to work. And because it is a public holiday, we believe that the work of the police will be made much, much more easier. We continue to crave the indulgence of the good people of Ghana to cooperate and to assist. As we have been informed, several heads of state within the West African sub-region, within the Africa region, and in fact, from across the globe, have their eyes on Ghana and intend to visit and grace our occasion. It is therefore important that we discharge ourselves as the peaceful, law-abiding and accommodating country that we are known to be. And so please, the general public is advised, and strongly so too, to follow the beautiful and solemn ceremony of inauguration of the president on television and on radio from the comfort of our various homes. Dr. Samuel Sasumensa, you may resume your seat now, and we can allow for questions. The Honorable Minister has a very, very busy day today. She, again, is a member of Parliament, and today is a busy day for them. And her last day in Parliament, she served the people with distinction, and when the applause was loudest, the Honorable Minister decided on her own to make way for other equally capable hands to take charge. And so today is the last day in Parliament. We have to let her enjoy it to the fullest. But committee duties also are calling, and so please, we shall allow her back on the podium. If there are any questions for the Honourable Minister, this is a good time to take the questions. Honourable Minister, you are back on the podium, and then if I can be assisted to set up the microphone, and we can take the questions that we want to ask. If you give us your name, your media house, you can ask your quick question, straight to the point, no long preambles, so we can do it quickly.
And as you rightly said, since we are complying with the COVID-19 protocols, invited heads of state supposed to present negative PCR test results. I want to find out, in the event a head of state tests, let's say, positive at the airport, would he or she be isolated as the president has directed? Then I also read that an erected tent has been put in place at the Parliament House where the president will be sworn in. I want to find out whether it is appropriate and it has any legal implication, since you have been announced that the ceremony is supposed to take place at the Chamber of Parliament. But now that an erected tent has been put in place outside the Parliament House or the Chamber, would it have any legal implication? Then I also want to find out the time. You said 11 o'clock, but the advertised time that have been running on radio and other social media is 10 o'clock. So is it contradictory? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You've asked 3 very interesting questions. That is, if a head of state tests positive. If you listened carefully to what I said, all visitors will be required to present a negative PCR test on arrival. So if a head of state or any guest tests positive, they will not even set off to come to Ghana. And this is the usual protocol. When we are going, we are also required to ensure that we do the test before we embark on the journey. Anybody who tests positive will not travel. Tent, whether the swearing in the tent is legal. I said that Parliament is a master of its own rules. Parliament can decide to sit under a tree. Once they are gathered, it is Parliament. So if you recall, in times past, we have held this ceremony at the Independence Square. And the president-elect, vice president-elect have been sworn before Parliament. So Parliament is constituted once the Speaker is present, members of Parliament are present, and the mace, the symbol of authority, is present. So we can decide as Parliament to even go to my constituency on a park and meet there, and it will still be a properly constituted Parliament. So yes, the tent, which has been erected right in front of the chamber in the precincts of Parliament, once the Speaker and the parliamentarians and the mace are present in that tent, that is Parliament. And then the other question you asked is that it's been advertised that we will start at 10 o'clock. The ceremony, like I said, will start at 11 a.m. However, all guests must be seated by 9:45. By 9:45, different activities by 10 o'clock, different activities may start. The Speaker and the clerks will file in around that time. The judiciary, the Supreme Court, they will file in as well. So it is a process. Then the heads of state will come in before the vice president-elect and the president-elect. And then at 11 a.m. prompt, the ceremony will start. Oh, yes, the names. So far, we have several heads of state and government who have accepted or who are going to be part of the ceremony. Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Mali, Chad, Angola, Equatorial Guinea, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Guinea, Togo, Niger, and the other countries that will be represented, such as Gambia and Nigeria, by the foreign ministers. We also have the foreign minister of India, the foreign minister of France, foreign minister of Rwanda, foreign minister of Gabon. We also have the Attorney General and Minister of Justice of Gambia. We have the UK Minister for Africa. We have the US Special Envoy responsible for the Sahel. Of course, we have the President of the ECOWAS Commission and also the Chairperson of the AU Commission. We have representatives of the Conservative Party from the United Kingdom, and we have representatives of the CDU and allied parties from Germany. So far, these are the confirmations we have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. We shall take the next question. This one was like a quadruple decker question, if we can de-escalate a little.
Okay, so my name is Eric. I work with Star FM. First off, we've seen a lot of security deployment at the precinct of Parliament ahead of the swearing-in ceremony. The minority in Parliament has had cause to raise concerns about the high number of security persons that we've seen. I want to take a response from government as to the concerns being raised by the minority that too many security personnel have been deployed for the swearing-in. And also, is it a case that government or the police architecture has picked signals of a potential plan to disrupt the ceremony, which is resulting in these large numbers that we're seeing?
Good morning, Honourable Minister. My name is Akufo from Daily Searchlight. Currently, we have almost neck-to-neck parliamentarians from both sides, the two major parties. Now, in your estimation, assuming that there's a deadlock of selecting a speaker, what happens? Because we now have 137 with one dependent. So if we come to a deadlock and there's no a clear choosing of a speaker from both sides, what happens to Parliament? Is it going to stall the work of Parliament, or what is going to happen to our democracy?
Honourable Minister, you have been invited to speculate on what may happen in Parliament. I don't think that it's fair to you to speculate the ifs and whens. But I shall defer to you if you feel like you have a response. We will be too kind to receive. I'll defer to you, and I'll come back to the general issue of security and over-deployment. Minister.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let me say that there is nothing, to answer the first question on security, there's nothing like too many security personnel. There's nothing like that. We should be worried if there is no security present at a place like that. And we should be very worried. So we should be very happy, and minority and all, we all should be very happy that the security, the services are all over. And first of all, when you have a function that is not just an internal one, but it's international in nature because of the visitors who are coming, it is incumbent on us to ensure that security is at its highest, to ensure their safety whilst they are here, even before, during, and after. Secondly, we are not in normal times in terms of what is happening around us, around Ghana. And so every country, whether every West African country, whether it's Ghana, Burkina Faso, the Côte d'Ivoire, all our countries are always these days on very high alert because of all the activities of terrorists and all these things are happening. So yes, it is important. Yes, it is important. And again, yes, it is very important to have them. Now, on your question about a deadlock, this is pure speculation. And I don't want to delve into that. But I can assure you that we have a majority and a minority. Even if it's by one, it is still a majority. And in Parliament, when a speaker is being elected, even when you have a huge majority, there are a few incidents which are part of parliamentary proceedings in the election during the election of a speaker. So, I mean, really, we shouldn't speculate. I believe that at midnight when Parliament constitutes, a speaker will be elected. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. And if I may also ask the questions about, are there plans or do we suspect or have intelligence about plans to disrupt the ceremony? The answer is that, like Minister has said, no responsible government will leave any stone unturned, and that security is one of the foremost responsibilities of any government. And so we shall not renege or relegate on it. The suggestion has also been made rather erroneously that our members of parliament are also a possible point of distraction. We do not hold that view. It is our considered opinion that members of parliament, both present and incoming, are persons of high repute, and they have been duly elected by their constituents to represent them and to perform duties imposed on them by the Constitution, including the attendance at parliamentary meetings, selection of speakers, and so on. And so we are very clear in our minds that the Parliament of Ghana is up to the task, and that there will not be any problem from any quarter whatsoever, irrespective of which political party they may be representing in Parliament. We are very confident about our parliamentarians. We hope and pray that we shall all live by the Constitution and do just by it. Another important announcement: the committee would want to inform the general public that vehicles, all vehicles, will be parked at the Independence Avenue. Independence Square. And there will be shuttle services between the Independence Square and the precincts of Parliament. So if you have your car, like we have been informed by the Director of Operations, there has to be a sticker on your car to allow you entrance into the main venue. But even then, you cannot park within the venue. You have to move. If you have a driver, the driver can drop you off within the venue and move away, not within the precincts, around the perimeter and move away. No car can park within Parliament, and you have to go to the Independence Square. For those of us who do not have the stickers, the car stickers, but we do have invitation cards, you follow the route as has been instructed by the police MTTD. You get to the Independence Square, you use your invitation card. It is an access. It's more like your trot ticket, but it's not trot. These are air-conditioned buses provided, kind courtesy the hard-working minister. The committee has provided a very comfortable STC air-conditioned buses. And so these buses will transport persons who are invited and who duly have the invitation cards from the Independence Square to the precincts of Parliament. And so let us take note of that as well. And for the avoidance of doubt, the diversions will be made available on our social media handles, and we will kindly request our friends in the media to amplify. People need to know the roads that have been closed and what the alternative routes are. We are grateful for your participation and your partnership, our friends in the media, and we rely on you. We are live on GTV, the station of the nation, Joy News, Asempa FM, Oman FM, Asasi Radio, MX24 television. We are also streaming live on myjoyonline.com. We are also streaming live on all social media handles of the Ministry of Information. In the absence of any further questions, are there any other questions? Honorable Minister, do you want to make a closing remark?
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Minister. Let me thank each and every one of you for coming. And in concluding, I would like to appeal to the people of Ghana to work with us, collaborate. Please, please, we have laid out all the do's and don'ts, the processes, what needs to be done, what is going to happen, and we are hoping and praying that you will do your best. For those of you who do not have any invitations, please watch the ceremony. It will be a beautiful ceremony in the comfort of your home. For those of you who have invitations to come, please adhere to all the protocols that we've put in place, and also adhere to the COVID-19 protocols. We do not want a situation where we would finish this beautiful ceremony and then there will be a spike in numbers because people come, they do not wear their face mask, they don't adhere to the protocols that have been set out for all of us. But I can assure you that Ghanaians are always, always, always decent and law-abiding people, and therefore those who come, I hope that we will keep to all these accolades that always define us, and for those of you who can't come also, you will join us and celebrate with the President-elect, with the Vice President-elect, and that I can assure you that the next 4 years will be 4 years of service to the nation by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo and the Vice President and his government. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you, media, that you will conduct your affairs as the Deputy Minister has laid out the procedures, what you need to do, how you will be accredited, and how you will take your feed from GBC, that it will be done as usual, like you always do, in a very orderly manner. We thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Yes. So please, let's be reminded, the Minister has told us that by 9:45 we should all be seated, and so it means that the buses that I spoke of will start leaving the Independence Square at 8 o'clock, and by 9:30 the buses would have stopped transporting people. The buses would have stopped transporting people from the square to the precinct. That is the only way we can be seated by 9:45. We thank you very much and do have a good day.